All right, let's begin. So boys and girls, today we were supposed to do your lesson 31. All right, so please keep in mind, if you haven't done it yet, that was the pre-lesson task. You're supposed to go to Learn in 88 Tuition website and attempt lesson 31. Okay, so if you haven't yet, I will still show you the answer. I'll still go through the questions with you and show you the answers. I will allow everyone to have some time to answer the questions themselves as well, but I don't think it's completely fair to those students who actually went in and completed their work, right? So I might be going a bit faster, all right, depending on how the class progresses today. You still remember that, Delia? My goodness, I don't even remember me saying, "Mommy, I left my wallet at school." Ah, thank you, Bunshen. Okay. So please keep in mind, everyone, that you have to keep your cameras turned on and that you should be muted. All right, cameras on. Please be muted. All right. If you want to say something, raise your hand on Zoom, and then I will call you, and then you can unmute yourself and you can talk to me. All right. Either that, or you can type on the chat group. All right. Use the chat function to talk to me. All right. So over here. So use the chat function to ask me questions, answer a question, or you want to share some feedback, you can do that as well. Okay? Delia did it on paper. Fantastic. So far, for lesson 31, I have received a few students' work. I've received Christopher's, Joyce's work, Kian, Kai-Ying's, Sharifunisa, and Yu Leong's, but I haven't received the rest. So if you haven't done it, all right, I'll give you some time, but not too long. It's okay, Delia, as long as you have the answer, as long as you did it right, and then we can go through everything a little bit more smoothly. Please remember to be mindful, to be respectful to all teachers and students in this class. All right, so that means when you communicate, please communicate respectfully. So what are we doing today? Today, we are looking at visual text, which is the one where they give you a poster and then you have to answer MCQ questions about that poster, right? Visual text. And we are doing Comprehension Cloze as well. It's the one where they give you a lot of blanks and they don't give you any choices. You have to write in words yourself that you think sound correct or are logical to the situation, okay? Or are grammatically correct as well. All right, so you have to do that. And towards the end, we'll be talking a little bit about our oral conversations. So these are the three main sections that we are going to cover today. So let's begin with visual text. So look at this text. Normally, they don't give you one page only. They'll give you 2 pages, right? That's the PSLE standard. PSLE oral is already over. Oh, is it? Oh yeah. Oh, it was just over not too long ago. My goodness. All right, I didn't realize that. In that case, so thank you for telling me, Delia. Does anyone have oral tomorrow, like PSLE oral? It's just today and yesterday, right? Okay, today is the last day. Very good. So in that case, we will not do oral towards the end, but we will talk about those topics. So it's good, like you have some additional information to learn about. Okay, so in your PSLE, just like your prelims, the poster they give to you will have 2 pages and there's a lot of information there. So you have to be very careful when you answer the questions. Let's have a look. So first question, body mind is what? All right, I have some answers flowing in. Let's see what you think, right? I'll come back here and then you can have a close look. Body mind is what? Have a look. And then you can give me your answer on the chat group. And do remember, boys and girls, that you can actually download all of these questions right from 88 Tuition. So you would be able to see it. You would be able to have a soft copy by yourself. Okay. So Chris has answered as well. So far, I have Chris's and Delia's answers. How about the rest of you? What's happening? Okay, I'll just take a quick attendance. Bunchen is here. Delia is here. Is Christopher here? I think I saw Chris just now. Yes, Christopher is here. Chris, could you turn on your camera, please? And Perez as well. Isaac isn't. Okay, Joy is here. Kian is here. Kai-Ying is here. That's good. Perez is here. All right, and Yu Leong is here. Very good. Present. Okay, so what are the rest of your thoughts? You might have to look for, is it an exhibition? Is it a course? Is it a journey? Or is it a performance? Which one is it? So with these in mind, you have to come back here and you have to take a look, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for body-mind. So where can we find body-mind? Look at this. New Body-Mind Museum. So it's the name of a museum, right? So they tell you a lot of things about body-mind. You get to know what's happening under your skin. Come and explore what makes us human. Imagine yourself, right? Gain amazing insights into the body and mind, blah, 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 all of these things. They actually tell us that body and mind is a special museum event, okay? And it's not just, we can call it an event, but over here, the main clue is this. 90% of attendants left the exhibition inspired to live healthier lives. So from this, we can actually tell that body-mind is an exhibition, okay? Some of you might say museum, but is there museum over here in the options? No, there isn't. So the only answer we can have here is A. Okay, an exhibition. It's not a course. A course only runs for some time only. All right, where do we find course? All right, just use green over here to show you. Where do we find course in the poster? Are there any courses up for signing up? Later on, we realize, oh, there are ticketing information. But are they offering any courses? Are they offering any like lessons? Not really. They didn't really talk about any lessons being offered at the museum. So this is definitely wrong. Now, is body-mind a journey? All right, where can we find journey? Is it a journey? Oh, look at this. A unique and interactive journey. So students who don't look properly, right, they might be like, oh, it's a journey. But remember, when they say journey over here, they don't mean it literally. They mean it metaphorically, right? So it's a journey of your mind, right? Like you can imagine yourself inside, right, your body and thinking about how it works. So it's a metaphorical one. It's not a real journey when you stand up and you actually move, So therefore, we can't really say body-mind is a journey, right? Okay, it's actually an exhibition. And lastly, if you pick a performance, is body-mind a performance? No, right? Did they talk about any performances happening over here? Not really. Just some people talking about how good it is at the bottom over there. Is there a performance booked over here? Not really. It doesn't really say that like there's some kind of show or performance or play. Are there people dancing? Are there people singing? No, not really. Doesn't look like a performance to me. So therefore, the last one is wrong as well. Okay. So remember, boys and girls, look what I just did. Did I simply just pick the correct answer and then I immediately go on to the next question? No, right? Because for this part, okay, it's highly recommended that you check that the others are, you confirm that the others are wrong as well. Precisely, Delia. Very good. You need to check that the rest of the options are wrong as well. Then, when you're 100% confirmed, all right, so please check these.
Are you doing that?
All right, and then when you're 100% sure that there's only one answer, then you pick the remaining answer. Okay, so this is just to be extra careful. Now, I know sometimes you might not have enough time left. okay, on your exam. So it's always a good idea in your PSLE, during your paper 2, look up at the clock. All right, there will be a common clock that everyone will be using, and your examiners will be using that clock as well. It's a really big one at the front. It's a digital clock. All right, so constantly ask yourself how much time you have left. If you don't, then of course you just pick the best answer you can find and then you move on, because you really want to score the marks for the sections after this, right? After this, you still have your synthesis and transformation, and you still have your comprehension cloze passage, and you have your open-ended comprehension as well. Okay, so if you are short on time, no time to check the rest, just pick the best answer. And then later on, right, like what Delia is telling me now, after we are done with the whole paper, you can come back and check the rest of the wrong answers. But if you have time, okay, and you think you still have a good amount of time left, then by all means, please check, okay? So this is a very common question for a PSLE, and it's also the trickiest one. So you have to be very careful with this, all right? When they ask you for the main aim is the main purpose. So you know that all these posters, right? People don't just make them for fun. They make them for a reason. They want to sell you something, or they want to persuade you about something, or they want to give you some information, right? So if you don't know why they actually made it in the first place, then you might fall into their trap, right? You might buy something that you don't need, or you might believe false information, and stuff like that. Or you might listen to their advice and do something silly, okay? So you need to know what's the purpose. What is this brochure actually telling me to do? Now, most of the time, when you see prices, right, most of the time they're trying to sell you something. And in this case, maybe they are trying to sell you the museum tickets. But how do we tell what their main purpose is? So it's actually quite straightforward. All right. Ask yourself, what's the majority of the content, right, telling you? Is it trying to advertise the special offers? Is it a money kind of thing? Is it trying to help you change your life? Is it trying to encourage you to visit the museum? Or is it informing you about your bodies? So think about it. What do most of the information actually tell you, right? What's the purpose of most of the things over here? And if you read this carefully, you will see, okay, so over here, we can divide this into a few parts, all right? I'll just divide it for you. So over here, it's mostly just information, right? Information about where it's taking place. And then here, this is like, what's the main purpose over here? Once again, it's information. So these parts, right, are informing you about things, all right? And then the parts that actually tell you about like pricing, all right, this is the parts that actually want you to buy stuff, all right? They want you to buy. So they're like trying to persuade you to buy, and then telling you where you can buy at. Okay, and then they're telling you there's discounted group rates, ticket information, that kind of thing. So this part is mostly trying to get you to buy the tickets. But once again, look at this carefully. All right, is it trying very hard to get you to buy their tickets? Or is it mostly information? And if you read it closely, right, it's actually just informing you about the ticket prices as well as some discounts you might get. If they're trying to persuade you to buy something, they will actually have a lot of words like, do it now before it's too late, or 50% off, right? Limited time only, or buy one, get one free, special offer. Or today is, I don't know, Father's Day or Uncle's Day or Grandpa Day, right? We have a special free cake, that kind of thing. Then they are trying to persuade you to buy it very hard, right? But over here, it looks like it's more or less an informative table as well as some informative parts. So I wouldn't call this part persuasive. It's mostly to inform, okay? But what is the majority of the information telling you? Look at this. This part over here is definitely persuasive. What is it trying to persuade you about? It's trying you to persuade you to tell that, coming to the museum coming to the exhibit is a great idea.